Hey guys, what's going on? This is Jen Williams from the RBBS LLC3. That's Logistics Learning Center. Look, I just wanted to hop on here real quick and give y'all a little extra information, give y'all a little insight into this trucking industry. Today, I'm going to be talking mostly to my dispatchers, and I'm just going to take you through a day in a life real quick, real easy, no fluff. Let's get to it. So I'm going to talk like you're already knowledgeable about terms and how the basics premise of a freight dispatcher is. I'm not going to take you through definitions and terminology and things like that. I'm a self-starting educator, which means I believe that you should at least do your part in the learning process. But I will take you straight into, like I mentioned earlier, a day in the life. Okay, let's go. So, day in the life of a dispatcher, it will vary, but this is how it usually goes. Number one, if you're brand new, you're probably using the load boards. Okay. So, what you're going to want to do is get up early, 6:30, 7 a.m. All right, to start searching the load boards, looking for freights for your carrier. Now, of course, before this happens, you already signed up your carrier. They've already signed a dispatcher agreement, all of that. Now, so in this case, you know what? A few things. What equipment they have, how much they want to pull as far as weight, and where they want to go, which lanes they want to run. All right. That's information you already know. So you don't even have to worry about that. Now, if you've previously dispatched for them the day before, you pretty much know where they are. However, just because you knew where they were last night, they may not be there this morning. Okay. So that's why you always got to check in with your dispatchers and ask them where you're at. Okay. So where are you? All right. Now you have their precise location now. What's the next step? Next step is to find a load for them. It's not rocket science, y'all. I'm telling you. All right. So you get on the load boards. Dealer's choice. Could be that. Could be direct freight. It could be 1, 2, 3 load board. Doesn't matter. All right. Get on the load board. And again, you already have the information of what lanes they want to run. So if, for example, they're located in Atlanta, Georgia, and they're trying to get up to New Jersey, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for lanes going from ATL to Jersey. All right. Or at least close to Jersey. Okay. So what does that mean? You can get them from ATL to, say, Virginia, and then find them a Virginia route to New Jersey. Okay. There's different ways to do this. So you go on there and you search for your lane. Okay. And then, like I previously mentioned, if you can't find a straight route from Atlanta to Jersey, I believe was the example, then you would find something in between. Find Atlanta to Virginia or Atlanta to North Carolina. And then you would go from North Carolina to Jersey. Okay. And of course, you know what rate your carrier wants. So you would find something within that rate. All right. So once you find it, let's move to you actually finding the freight. All right. So you found the load, and it's like, okay, found the load. What's the next step? Well, the next step now is to call the broker. So let's check that load to see if that load is still available, because just because it's on the load board does not mean that load is still available. So you would call in, give the information that they asked for, what's your carrier's DOT number, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. And hey, I see you got a load going from Atlanta to, I'm going to put them up to Jersey. Hey, I see you got a load going from Atlanta up to Newark, New Jersey. Pays $1,300. Load still available? Broker says, yes, still available. What's your next step? Well, then you say, well, because you're always, your job is to negotiate. Remember that. So even before you say, oh, okay, that's cool, let me call my carrier to see X, Y, and Z, your job is to negotiate it up. They're putting it on the boat for 1,300. It's lowballing. Matter of fact, everything that's on the load board, they're lowballing. Okay, so you can say, hey, my driver can probably do it for 1,600. If they're gonna be able to do it for 1,600, he can take that load right now off your hands. I can say they can almost never 100% of the time are gonna say, yeah, 1,600, that sounds good. They're gonna meet you somewhere in the middle, if they do it at all. So they may, usually what happens is they say, oh, well, I'll have to check that. I'll have to check that with you. I'll give you a call back. Okay, cool. So when that happens, that happens. And so you get back in contact with them. So they're gonna say, ooh, cannot do what you wanted, but how about 1,450? Okay, I have to check with my carrier. So then you do just that. You check with your carrier, you tell them the lane, you tell them the rate. You want it? Yes or no. It's that simple. Yes or no. So if they say yes, then you're good to go. Call the broker back. Hey, send me the rate con, and you're in business. Then you send the rate con, of course, to your carrier. They sign it, and they're good to go, and they're locked in. And now they're responsible for moving that freight once the rate con is signed. Now, if your carrier says, nah, I need more for that, then you can either do two things. You can go double back to the broker, ask for more money. All they can say is no. Or they may kick it up a little. They might go from I can only give you about 50 more, so instead of 1,450, I give you 1,500. Same thing happens. Call your carrier. Hey, they bumped it up 1,500. Do you want it? And it's up to the carrier to make that decision if they want the load or not. So that's how that goes. All right. So that is the basic part of booking it, looking for it, booking it, and your carrier's initial yay or nay on it. So let's go to the yay. Let's say he says yes. Where are we at? You sent them the rate con, and make sure what you and the broker discussed is what's on the rate con. And for you guys who may not know rate con, I'm saying CON, it's a rate confirmation document. And it outlines everything that needs to happen with that freight, which means the origin, the destination, the date, the time, where they're going, the rate, how much your carrier is supposed to be paid, which is the most important part. Then the next part is make sure it's a one drop. Make sure it's not multiple drops unless it's discussed. Because sometimes what happens is they won't have that there's multiple drops. And then your carrier gets it in. Look, it's really your job to really look at these documents, because the carriers, what may happen is they might just boop, sign it, send it back to you. They're not really looking at it. They should be. They should be. Everybody should be looking at a document that they sign, but sometimes they don't. But it's your job as a freight dispatcher to do that. Okay? Because that was one of your selling points, right? All you need to do is drive and we'll take care of your back office. So you need to take care of the back office. So that means doing your due diligence. That means carefully looking at these documents and making sure what you and that broker discussed is on that paper. All right. So now your carrier is picking up his load. He got there. Now it's time to check. And as I call this, you need to massage this load. Make sure everything goes as planned. He picks it up, and you don't have to call. Look, you can call, you can text, you can shoot an email. That sort of thing needs to be discussed in the beginning with your carrier. How are we going to communicate? Okay, they may not want to text because they're driving. They may want you to make a quick call. Hey, where you at? You know, most people have earbuds. Nobody really should be having a phone to their ear at this point in 2020. I guess some people do it, but it's not safe, you know, or you can just shoot an email. But I would call. I mean, call. You're supposed to be communicating with your carrier. Communicate. Don't take the easy and lazy way out. So give him a quick call. Hey, you pick up okay? Everything went okay? Yes. Boom, boom, boom. Picked up. He's on the way. Okay. So when he gets to the destination, he should be checking in with you. Really, and they should be checking in with you. But some of them don't. So you need to check in with them. Check in. Okay. Did you drop? Yep, you drop. Okay, you're empty. Yep, you're empty. And let me backtrack because I missed the part. Before he gets empty and he's on his destination, you should already be looking for the next load. You should be already strategizing where you want to send your carrier. Okay. So when he does get empty, he'll already have another load. He'll know exactly where he's rolling or she's rolling to. Okay. And then once he or she drops, your carrier drops, they have to get the rate confirmation signed by the shipper. Boom. Because that's how you and they get paid. All right. And they can, of course, email that to you, you know, and if they have factoring, then they'll get their pay in a couple of days. If they don't, then they'll have to submit it. And then on your end, you pick a day every week where you're submitting your invoice to your carrier and they pay you on a specified day. And they know if you are not paid as their dispatcher on this day, then you will not schedule any more loads for them. Simple as that. Okay, so that's the overall day in the life of a dispatcher, y'all. Okay. I didn't go into every nuance of the day, but for an overview, that's all it is to it. So get out there, make this money. All right, y'all. This is Jen Williams. Peace.